Hey guys, welcome to the lesson on planning your to-dos on your calendar in 2-week increments. This is step 10 to my goal setting process, and I just want to give you a heads up that it's super tedious and time consuming, but once you do it, if you do it right, you can pretty much guarantee your results as much as you possibly can. So how this works is that you got to set aside time for yourself to just look at your G calendar and plan, and you're going to take all of your action items on your action list and you're going to plan them out for the next 2 weeks. And I want you to be super specific when you do this and use the results that you want. So I created this example slide with Monday through Friday. If someone was a blogger, these would be examples of what they might expect to do during specific time slots. Whatever your mini goal is and the actions that you have, I want you to plan those actions and results-based calendaring on your calendar, okay? And remember from the planning module that it's super important that you then plan your downtime. So after you plan in all of the actions and all of the results you want, the next step is for you to plan all of your downtime around that. And this is what's going to give you the freedom, is because you're not going to feel like you're supposed to be working on something when you already planned accordingly. Like, this is your downtime, this is your family time, this is your workout time. But planning the results on your calendar, I mean, it's seriously as good as done when you do it this way. Also, I want you to have planning time. So every week, I do it on Sunday nights. Sit down, get out your G calendar, and scope out the next 2 weeks and make sure you have everything on there that you're supposed to have on there. You should always be at least 2 weeks out and, not scheduling anything urgently, except if it's an emergency. Things are going to change if you plan further out, but you still can. And the key is to just always be at least 2 weeks out. You're booked for the next 2 weeks. I love this slide. So I have a constraint in my life where I'm booked for the next 2 weeks, like in perpetuity. Like, I cannot get you on my calendar within a 2-week window unless it's an emergency, because I'm not responding to other people's procrastination or needs or whatever. I am designing my dream life, and to do this, I have to be strict with my schedule and say no. So if you implement something like this, it takes away all the chatter in your head. It's like the decision is already made. You're booked for the next 2 weeks. If someone asks you, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't do that," I can get you in 2 weeks. You know what this feels like if you've ever had to study for a really big test and you basically just have to say no to everything people ask of you, and they expect it almost because you're studying. Well, I would suggest implementing a similar strategy for yourself, but just for the next 2 weeks. Like, you're booked. Now, if they want to schedule with you in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, that's great, and then you see them then. But make sure that you make your life the #1 priority, and then you do that by being booked for the next 2 weeks. So this step requires a lot of time, and if you do it right, it's not gonna be that fun. But really, it is the secret ingredient to getting so close to guaranteeing your success, because you've pretty much committed to your results on your calendar in certain times, and all you have to do is then show up to do it. So take this lesson seriously and get to work. Okay, I will see you in the next lesson.